Bam, bam, bam. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the 49 Show. The 49 Show. The 49 Show. With your boy, K.O.D.S. And I just want to give you um, a brief update on tonight's game. Tonight, the 49ers host the LA Rams. We had another thriller of a game, but we pulled it out in the end, and we came away with the victory. We won the game 34-31 in another nail biter. And it's really crazy how these NFL games are set up. We were the last game closing out a triple header today on NFL Network. And it's just funny to me how the commissioner, Roger Goodell, flexed these games, and all three of these games turned out to be close. Even the early game with Tampa Bay and Houston, it was a nail biter. Even after it was like 4 or 5 turnovers, Winston threw about 3 or 4 picks, and they still had a chance to win that game. It just seems like a lot of point shaving, goes on in these games, and it was just ridiculous how nobody got away from any of those games. For the win. New England and Buffalo, I didn't watch the entire game, but that was close as well. Buffalo gave them a good game, but New England won in the end. And then tonight, the finale of the triple header was us against the Rams, and it turned out to be a nail biter once again. And I'm so tired of playing these close games. Last week against Atlanta, that was close, shouldn't have been close, and we lost. On top of that, the New Orleans game, another nail biter. I expected it to be close, but I didn't expect it to go the way it went. We had to score 48 points to win the game. And then the week before that, it was Baltimore, losing by a field goal. All the games that we've lost has been, on the last play pretty much, and by 3 points or less. And, in a few weeks before that, Arizona was a close one that we won. Seattle was a close one that we lost. And then the first Arizona game was also a close one that we won. Kind of close. And we went ahead and finished them off and won those. So the past 6 weeks have just been crazy. And the NFL is just something else. I just thought I would put that out there, that I don't really know, how real a lot of these outcomes are. It just seems that, it's all about the ratings, and it's all about Vegas and the house. Hey, this is how it goes. But this was another close one again. And I have to realize that, because I can't let these people run my blood pressure up. But they're trying to do this every single week. But I'm glad we got the W, and I can just kick back and chill tomorrow on a Sunday and watch whatever bullshit games that's going to be on tomorrow, and just, know that my team has won, and relax and get ready for next week, because next week is going to be, again, the game of the year, because we got Seattle, and it's for everything. Even if Seattle loses tomorrow, we're still playing for the NFC West and the 1 seed. It's in our we control our own destiny. We just got to keep winning. So tonight's game, we started off slow. Once again, we've been having these slow starts, which is not good. We've got to clean it up, and we got to get better. That play calling has been questionable again. We didn't run the ball enough, in my opinion. We didn't see Breida at all tonight. We just saw a mixture of Tevin Coleman and Raheem Mostert. Mostert got in the end zone again, no surprise. But we won the game, but it's just interesting how we won the game. Another nail biter, still close in the end. And the way we won, we converted another 3rd and 16. The first 3rd and 16 we got was Bourne, and then we had a sack, and we got pushed back some more, and it was like, oh man, we're still about to screw this drive up, and leave the Rams with timeouts, or at least a timeout, to come back and win the game. But the 3rd and 16 to Emmanuel Sanders, and he had been pretty much damn near shut out the entire game. Jalen Ramsey is a fool. We know that. He's a good DB, and that's why a lot of us was like, damn, when we heard the Rams got him, even though they weren't playing their best football at the time. It was a good acquisition, because the Rams were in the hunt up until tonight. The good news is they're not in the hunt anymore. We knocked them out of the hunt. They're out. They're eliminated. The Vikings have clinched the playoffs now, and they will be the 6th seed as of now because they're in. Thanks to us. You're welcome, Minnesota. Now, the 49ers tonight, Jimmy Garoppolo threw 2 interceptions. He didn't get a lot of help from the O-line at times when we needed it. The receivers, he didn't get a lot of help from them either because they didn't get open a lot. It was still, I'm going to Kittle on 3rd down. They know that. They're going to be ready for that. Some plays they stopped them. Some plays they didn't. Emmanuel Sanders was shut down for the most part. Debo, so-so. Not a lot of catches. Had a few runs in the backfield. Even one play where he ran the ball like a running back. They tossed it to him out the backfield. It's just questionable play calling, if you ask me. But it was a wild night. And I'm trying to do this video real quick because I just got back, just got in. It's been a long night, but a long day for that. It's been a long day too. But we got the win, and I'm glad to get the win. Garoppolo threw 2 picks again. The running game was so-so. The blocking was so-so. The receivers still didn't look sharp like we expected them to bounce back from last week's ugly game in Atlanta. Against Atlanta. But when it counted and when we needed them, we got something. We made some plays. An issue that I've got with Jimmy Garoppolo, though, we know that he's won some games and he's done what he needed to do when it's needed. When we got to score, he'll come together and put a drive together and he'll do his thing. But I would like to see Garoppolo move a little bit more. Because if you notice on one of those plays when he ran for a 1st down, he moved out the pocket. Or he moved up into the pocket and just stepped up and he took off. Or he moved outside. He's got to learn how to extend plays more. And he's got to be able to feel the pressure more. And he's not really feeling the pressure when it's coming. So these are some of the things that I want Garoppolo to get better at because we've only got one more game left for the playoffs. Now we're going into a very hostile environment in Seattle next week. It'll be just like it was in the Superdome in New Orleans a few weeks ago. If not worse, it will be worse. But this team is still not better than New Orleans, but it's still Seattle, and they have been our kryptonite for years. We've only beat them once out of the past 10 tries. So we've got to get this win. If we want the number 1 seed, we got to get this win. Aaron Donald was unstoppable tonight. We didn't double him enough. And times when we did, he still bullied his way through those guys. Now, we did have Mike Person out. Daniel Brunskill played right guard for him tonight. And, of course, Ben Garland is at center because Weston Richburg is done for the season. So that does play a part to the sacks that we got tonight on our quarterback. But he needs to move more. And I think if he moves more, we'll be better. But moving along, the defense, they showed a graph earlier in the night where you saw the defense through the first 7-8 weeks where they were really, really good. They were really good. And they were like 1st, 2nd, 3rd or whatever in something that they had. I don't know if it was points or yards or whatever. And then now they're showing that since the last 5 games or so, we're 28th. Excuse me. Now, the reason why we're 28th in whatever that topic was is because us not having our players. Tart's been out for a few weeks. D Ford has been out. We missed Sherm and Kawan Williams last week. And these things are playing a role, a major factor in why we're not doing what we normally do. But my biggest issue is with our defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is not coming up with any adjustments. Like these teams every week are coming at us now with the screen game. They are screening us to death. Every other play, screen. Tonight, I was a little bit pissed off. Well, I was a lot of pissed off because everything that we did, it's like we should have seen it coming because we were playing basically against a team that runs our offense. And if you run the same offense that we run, we should know it. So it was really making me mad to see us line up and bite on every play action, on every play fake, on every bootleg, instead of just going for the quarterback to kill the quarterback. There were some times where we were ready for it and we looked a little better, and there was still nowhere to go once Golf would roll out. The coverage was better, but we got to tighten up on defense. Period. We can't just pin our ears back and rush the quarterback because they're not going to allow us to do that. They are going to play where our line cannot rush the passer. They want to screen us to death and get upfield. They want to put us in separation, in space, and make these people get tackles and beat our guys one-on-one. One player who did look bad in coverage today was Akello Witherspoon. Witherspoon looked good the first 2 games before he got injured, but Mosley stepped in and did a wonderful job, and we weren't really missing Witherspoon. Witherspoon is getting back to the Witherspoon that we knew last year now. He got ate up all night long. He looked like he was just lost in space. He wasn't in the right coverage. We play a pretty decent, good zone coverage, but he did not tonight. Then there was plenty of times when we were calling for him to get benched, and let's bring in E-Man. Let's bring in Emmanuel Mosley and see what he can do. It just was not looking good for Witherspoon tonight, and he gave up a lot of big plays. So, Witherspoon, you're going to have to clean it up if you think that you're going to do anything against Tyler Lockett or whoever their outside or wide receiver is going to be next week. We know they don't have Josh Gordon anymore, and that's good. That's good news. We know Sherman will be on DK Metcalf, but if it's Lockett or whoever the other guy is that they're going to line up on the outside, Witherspoon has to do better. Or I say start Emmanuel Mosley. They need to look at the film. We've got an extra day of rest. We need to be ready next Sunday and put our best talent on the field. Now, of course, D Ford is out to the playoffs, and we need him back immediately as well. But until he gets back, and I don't even know how much of a factor it's going to be if these teams just keep screwing us to death like this. But the one thing we need to do is definitely be good in coverage. But it's hard to be good at coverage if you're not that good. And the reason why these corners looked better earlier this year was because the defense was getting mad pass rush. They were getting good pass rush. It's hard for Bosa to get to the quarterback when they're running screens at them every time, or they're doing these quick throws to where you don't have time. There has to be some adjustments made by Robert Saleh, and I'm pissed off and I'm ticked off that he hadn't done that. We don't really blitz at all. I think we sent one blitz, and it was just Fred Warner blitzing, and he got blocked up pretty damn good, and Witherspoon allowed a big play. It was a big game. So we've got to tighten it up, man. We just got to tighten it up. The run defense has been somewhat better, but we've got to tighten things up. We got to stop the screens and make these guys do something else. We've got to get them to play our ball, and that's step back, drop back, try to find somebody open. Good luck, because we're rushing the passer. We've got to do better on that, point blank. And those were my issues tonight. Robert Saleh not adjusting, not switching it up instead of just playing the same old cover 3 scheme zone, and Witherspoon getting beat in coverage a lot. And I also didn't understand why Jimmy Ward was playing like a strong safety today in the box, and Marcel Harris was playing free safety. I didn't understand that either. It didn't make sense to me. Cut that shit out. Marcel Harris is good, but he's over-aggressive at times. He belongs in the box, not out there playing a single high safety. Okay? So this is not breaking news anymore, even though, man, excuse me, it's not breaking news because I'm sure all of you know, but I will go ahead and say it. Quan Alexander could be coming back for the playoffs. Now, he can't come back out for IR until he's been out for 8 weeks. Next week will be 8 weeks. So, and of course, he's going to miss that game in Seattle. But if we get a bye week, he'll actually get 9 weeks off because he will, get the rest again. He will get another week of rest during the wild card weekend. And then week 10, he will be ready for the divisional game. Now, the Niners hadn't came out and said anything. The only thing Shanahan said when he was asked about it was that it's possible, but it's a long shot. They said it was out for the season, and right now that's how they're looking at it. They're going to get their hopes up high on that. Now, the reason why this news broke is because Kendrick Bourne, our wide receiver, posted a video on his IG story, on his Instagram, a quick video of Quan Alexander intercepting a pass in practice. Now, he's not practicing full pads or anything like that, but he is like on the other field practicing and, doing walkthroughs and things like that. It's a chance. And he's got a pectoral injury, but J.J. Watt is coming back as early as next week. And he had the same injury. Now, he did get hurt a few weeks before Quan Alexander. I think it was like late October when J.J. Watt got hurt. But these guys, this is a 6-month injury. 6-month injury, get the surgery, and then the rehab. This is like 6 months, and these guys are coming back within 2 or 3 months. It's ridiculous. There has to be some HGH that they're using to heal faster. I mean, it just has to be, because the research that I've done shows that they can't come back that quick from it. And I just hope that if that is the case, Quan Alexander doesn't get suspended next year for it. But if it helps us, which I think it will, him coming back, and if he gets us to a Super Bowl and we win the Super Bowl, I'll take them 4 games. I'll take that 4-game suspension without a problem. I will take it gladly. Okay, so the Niners win. We got the ball back. We were able to get a big play by Emmanuel Sanders, who had pretty much been shut down all game, and he got a big play on 3rd and 16. He actually could have got up and ran in the end zone, but I guess he thought it was touched, but it turns out he wasn't. But we still ran a few more plays, put a knee in the ground, and we let Robbie Gould kick it, and it was good as gold, when he did kick it, and we won the game. 34-31. The Niners are now 12-3. Congratulations, 49er fans. You are 12-3. When I started doing my videos, right as the season started, I said I see 11-5. And a lot of people were thinking 9-7, 10-6 maybe, but I don't know about 11-5. Well, we've surpassed that. We are 12-3, and next week we have a chance to finish 13-3 and have the number 1 seed in the playoffs and get D Ford back and hopefully Quan Alexander back healthy. Now, if we lose, we're 12-4, and we're going to Dallas or to Philly. But we still should have D Ford back. Well, we will have him back for that wild card game. But I just wish and I hope that we can get people some extra rest. We'll see how it goes. Next week, Seattle. I'll do a breakdown on how I think how that game is going to go. Seattle's got Arizona tomorrow. More than likely, they're going to win, and they'll be 12-3 as well. And they'll go back to number 1 at least until next Sunday, and we'll see how it goes. But it was a hell of a game again. Another nail biter, which I'm getting tired of. But it's going to be interesting to see how we do. I would like to know how you all think we're going to do in the playoffs and how we're going to do next Sunday in Seattle. Do you think Jimmy Garoppolo is the answer? Do you think he's the key? Do you think he can win without Richburg? Do you think he can win? Do you think he can win without Mike Person? We don't know how long he's going to be out. He was questionable for the night, but he didn't make it. He didn't play. It was Daniel Brunskill, and they were getting to us. Some of it was Garoppolo holding the ball too long, not moving out the pocket, not throwing it away. Some of it, he didn't really have a choice. The pressure came quick, and nobody was open. But I would like for the play calls to be better. I don't know if Shanahan's saving something for the playoffs or what, but I would like him to open that playbook up a little bit more. I really would. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm leaving out? Quan Alexander could be coming back. We don't know for sure, but it's a possibility. And that's pretty much it. We need to get D Ford back, and we need to hopefully get Quan back, because there's plays where Dre Greenlaw is kind of confused. He's not dropping back in coverage like he should. If there's no running back in front of you coming out the backfield, there's nobody for you to guard. There's nobody for you to cover. Step back. These plays are going right over his head. We got play action and screen to death today, and I would like for our defense to tighten it up. And Robert Salah needs to send a few blitzes, disguise some blitzes, do a few different things. Tavares Moore got hurt at some point in the game and he left and didn't return, but he's just been special teams pretty much for the most part. There has been some nickel coverages and quarter coverages that you've seen him in, up at the line of scrimmage, like he's going to blitz and then he'll, fake out of that and go back in coverage. But other than that, I don't think there were any major injuries. We pretty much got out of that game healthy. Richard Sherman didn't get picked on much or at all tonight. That's good because I don't think he's 100%. I don't think he's 75%. But, he's a warrior. He came back and played. And he's got $1 million, $2 million incentive that he's going to grab as soon as he has played 90% of the snaps for the season. And before tonight, he was at like 85.7. So it makes sense why he came back quick, even with a hamstring grade 2 strain. But that's pretty much it. The Niners win 34-31. We're 12-3. We'll kick back tomorrow. We'll see what Seattle does, but we still got to play them and we still got to beat them. So no rest for the players because we're still playing for the number 1 seed. We'll see how it goes. We'll see who we have out there. K'Waun Williams was back. That was good. Sherman was back. That was good. Emmanuel Mosley, I wouldn't be surprised to see a change in the starting lineup. I wouldn't be surprised to see him start over Witherspoon in Seattle. It wouldn't surprise me at all because he really got dogged tonight. It wasn't a good look. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Congratulations on the win. I'm happy. I know you're happy, and we'll see how it goes next week. When I get an injury report on who's coming back or if anybody's coming back or if anybody else has been added to the injury report, I'll put it out there and I'll let you know during the week. It's going to be a good week. We got Christmas coming up. It's a good win for us. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you enjoy. I hope you get everything that you wanted, everything that you asked for, everything that you work hard for. Because, that's what it's all about. I'll get back with you all and talk about the Seattle game later in the week. That's it. You've been watching another episode of the 4-9 Show with your boy K.O.D.S. I am happy. It's just that these games are so damn close and it's really, 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 just have bad nerves. Just bad nerves. But we did win the game and it's a wrap. And now hopefully we can just get healthy. I was gonna say if we lost tonight and if Seattle won tomorrow, I don't think that we can get the number 1 seed anymore because we would have been 11-4. And even if we beat Seattle next week, we would be 12-4. But they will be 12-4 too. So yeah, I think we still would have had to play that game. Never mind. I was just wondering, like, if we lost and Seattle won next tomorrow, could we just sit our players and just try to keep people healthy and get other people healthy and just get ready for the 3-game, playoff stretch? I would rather play 3 playoff games with everybody healthy than to have people hurt and not be back for the 2 playoff games. And if you know football, then that does make sense. But when I want the number 1 seed, of course, I would love to have the number 1 seed, but I also want everybody healthy, and that's the most important part. That's the most important thing right there. So, San Francisco 49ers won again. It was a wild and crazy game, up and down. Jalen Ramsey jawing at everybody. He played good, though. He's a damn good player. We know that. But we need to run the ball more. We need to get back to that. And we need to tighten up on defense. And Robert Salah, you need to be better. You need to be better because we are not the same defense we were. And that's because we've got injuries. And the main thing is because they are screening us to death. We can still get some pressure if we get in a situation where you just have to throw the football more than run the ball and throw screens and all of that stuff. If you're playing behind, we can get you like that. But we haven't been able to do that because the offense hadn't ran away from anybody lately. We knew this was going to be a tough stretch the rest of the way, the last 5-6 weeks. We knew it, and we did okay, during this tough task. But it ends next Sunday in Seattle. We'll see how it goes. I think we can beat Seattle in Seattle. I do. After going to Superdome, doing what we did to the Saints, I'm not afraid to go into Seattle, and I think we can beat them. I just hope that, we get this win. That way we get another week for D Ford to rest during the wild card week. Same thing for Quan. If he can come back, if we can get those two players back, it would be key. And I would suggest them taking Spoon out and them playing Mosley. That's what I would suggest. All right. So I'll get back with you on the Seattle game. You've been watching the 4-9 show with K.O.D.S, and you already know I'm ready and go till I'm dead and cold. Holla at your boy. Y'all be good. Merry Christmas.